So this week, Marvel and Sony announced that they brokered a deal to bring Spider-Man over to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This got everybody excited, and everybody was wondering about who would take the mantle as Peter Parker, considering that Andrew Garfield is more than likely out. It got me thinking, what if we don't go with Peter Parker? What if the next Spider-Man was black? Or we can keep him white and make him Peter Parker? Let's discuss that.
Attention. Do I have everybody's attention now?
So kidding aside, in all honesty, I love Spider-Man. I love Peter Parker. But we've already gotten 2 adaptations of Peter Parker on the big screen in the last 12 years. Do we really need a third? I'm gonna say no. And what I'm gonna tell you guys is that there's an awesome Spider-Man out there that would be a great influence on the future of this character. And his name is Miles Morales. And I'm gonna give you guys 7 reasons why Miles Morales should be the next Spider-Man we see in the big screen. It's a fresh start and a continuation at the same time. See, Peter and Miles are from the same universe. Peter and Miles have actually met in the same universe. And the crazy thing is that as much as I love Peter Parker, not trying to be disrespectful, but we don't need a third white Peter Parker in the last 12 years on the big screen. What we need is something fresh, something new. Miles is that something new. The world wants and is ready for Miles Morales. The community is demanding Miles Morales. On the night of the announcement, Miles Morales topped the top 5 most trending words on Twitter. That's how much people want him and know who Miles Morales is. He is wanted by everybody. Everyone who knows the comic book loves Miles Morales and wants to see him on the big screen. Not to mention that Marvel has already stated that Miles Morales is as important as Peter Parker to them. He is their Spider-Man. Miles Morales is as important to the universe as Peter Parker himself. If Marvel believes this, why not the community? Why not the films? There's no reason why not. Let's make this happen. He would get a new set of powers. See, because Miles, although he has the same powers as Peter Parker, has 2 extra powers that we've never seen on the big screen. One being camouflage and the other being Venom Blast. That means that Miles would have to bring with him a new set of fighting skills, a new set of tactics, something that we haven't seen in the 5 Spider-Man films that have already come out. This will bring a new set of excitement to the cinematic universe that Marvel has created. Just saying. New powers, new action scenes. Camouflage, Venom Blast. Now this one's a big one, diversity. Besides Black Widow, War Machine, and Nick Fury, let's just say a white man's world is where these characters live. Now I'm not saying that any of this was done on purpose. I mean, you work with what you have. Now this isn't only a Marvel problem, this is actually a problem that we see in every superhero film and TV show. I just feel that the times have changed, the world is different. Bringing in Miles Morales will bring in something different and bring some color to the screen. It just might bring Marvel a new audience. It might show kids from minority groups that you don't have to be white to be a superhero. The color of your skin just won't matter. Bringing in Miles opens that platform up to a lot of different superheroes. Now diversity is going to be a 2-parter. See, because Miles, not only is he black, but he's in an interracial relationship, something that we don't even acknowledge in superhero films. It's rarely seen, and I think it's something that needs to be present because it's a major part of society nowadays. Miles comes from a really big diverse group of friends, different colors, different backgrounds, everybody is different. We don't see that in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Bringing in Miles opens the door for that. And speaking of opening up doors, bringing in Miles will bring in new faces. Actually, new young faces. Because besides the lack of color and female superheroes in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, what's also missing are the teenage superheroes. Anybody that's read comics knows that Marvel is filled with these teenage heroes, and they're not present in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Why? We don't really know. They just haven't done them. Where are the Runaways? Where are the Young Avengers? They're nowhere to be found. Bringing in Miles Morales opens that floodgate of a young teenager who is actually friends with a lot of superheroes that are his age. Bombshell, Cloak and Dagger, Jessica Drew, a bunch of characters that you can introduce. Hell, if you wanted to, you can use Miles to introduce Kamala Khan. Yes, Kamala Khan, aka the new Miss Marvel. Who knows, maybe doing this brings forth a Young Avengers movie that I've been wanting for a very, very long time. Keeping familiar faces. Now, a lot of people out there really do love Peter Parker. So do I. I love Peter Parker, and I love the people that Peter Parker is surrounded by. Aunt May, Mary Jane, Gwen Stacy, J. Jonah Jameson. Miles actually interacts with these characters. So actually, these characters will still be a part of this universe. We don't have to get rid of them. They still interact, they still help Miles Morales. They are everything that you want them to be, except they're helping a different character. Now, if friends and family isn't enough, Miles still interacts with the same villains that Peter Parker did. Venom, Green Goblin, Hydra, all characters that Miles has dealt with and will continue to deal with in his universe. Look, Marvel has announced a ton of movies that are coming out, but actually in all those movies, only one is a black character, and his name is Black Panther. See, the name Black is already in there, so everybody around us knows who he is. He's a black guy. Why do that? Why do that to yourselves? What you can do is make Spider-Man the first black superhero in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Not a sidekick, not a character that has the name Black in it, an actual superhero that can be something for a lot of people. See, because Miles wouldn't be a sidekick. Miles wouldn't be a secondary character. Miles is not just a carbon copy of Peter Parker, but an extension of Peter Parker. He is the new Spider-Man. Having him be the first black hero can open the doors to a new audience that wouldn't go see your movies because of the fact that there's no color in them. Now, those are my reasons why the next Spider-Man should be black, why the next Spider-Man should be Miles Morales. Now, I'm sure there's a ton of articles out there that say it and do it better than what I was able to do here. But these are my reasons why I need Miles Morales to be in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now, who's to know if this is going to happen? Who's to know what's going to happen with the Marvel Cinematic Universe of Spider-Man? Hell, there's already names going out there of people that are possibly going to be the next Spider-Man. Guess what? They're white. There might be a say that we're going to go to Peter Parker. Just saying. Something can change. The fact that we're going back to high school, perfect way to introduce Miles. You make an exception for Miles because Miles is loved by everyone. Now, you don't have to do this, Marvel, and you guys out there don't have to agree with me. These are my reasons. If you guys have reasons why he should be or why he shouldn't, comment below. Let me know. I would love to hear why you guys think he shouldn't be and why you guys think he should. Let's try not to be so racist in the bottom comments because the last time I did this, a lot of hate happened. Let's just say, stay positive, and I'm sure you'll get the Marvel Spider-Man that you've always wanted.